YouTube, what's happening? It's Saturday, May 10th, and we're going to talk about baseball first today. You can see we have our typical 15 games. Everybody's playing like usual. So games start 4 o'clock Eastern today. Usually they start a little bit earlier, but hey, we'll take the later start, whatever. We're going to break these games down like we always do. We're going to look at the spreadsheet. We're going to look at the props. We're going to see if we can find some value. So let's look at the recap from yesterday real quick. Took these plays yesterday and I ended up going, I think it was 5-7. It wasn't the best day. Some of these were kind of suspicious. Brown got pulled when he was pitching great. There was a reason why, whatever. Boston Casey forgot how to play offense. Fetty, just give him the Cy Young down. Dude pitched an absolute gem, and you can't hate on somebody for that. Corbin, I think we're learning Corbin with Washington was just terrible. Corbin with Texas, no, not terrible. Corbin's been pitching amazing with Texas. So we're learning. The season's so young. We're going to learn. I'm going to stop fading Corbin. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not fading Corbin anymore until he shows us he can be faded. Right now, he's doing great. So Rodriguez had 3 Ks, and then he had all of a sudden 8 earned runs. So we could do nothing there. Baltimore ruined the Nerfy. San Diego just crushed. Everybody knew. Everybody took San Diego, obviously. Castillo hit the walks quickly, and Warren did not. So, not the best day, obviously. If you want the plays typed out or if you want access to the spreadsheet so you can do your own research, you got to check out the HQ. So some days are good, some days are bad. That's betting. You know this. You know this as well as I do. What am I telling you? So enough of that. We focus on today. We can't change yesterday. Let's focus on the future, right? Okay, good stuff. So we got our 15 games. We're going to focus on them. So let's stop wasting time and get to the first one right now. Okay, as we've been doing all week, we're going to go ahead and pop over to weather real quick, just to check out real quick, just to see and make sure there's nothing crazy we need to know about, like wind blowing out at Wrigley or something silly. So nothing in Pittsburgh, nothing in Washington. Winds go into the pole, but nothing. If it was straight out, I'd be a little concerned with it being 10, but no weather there. A's out at 4, not really concerned. Tampa, rainy potentially. They've been saying it's going to rain all week. It's barely rained, a drop. So it might rain for 10 seconds and they say, oh, that's rain. I know, I live here. So wind blowing out, that could be a higher scoring game. Detroit straight out of 11. That might be something. Cleveland 6, nothing. KC, nothing. White Sox, right field pole, maybe. Nothing in Houston. Mets the same direction. Rain's not an issue, what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing potential wind, but no rain. Good stuff. So there is your weather. Now we can go ahead and jump over to that first game right now. All right, first game is going to be St. Louis and Washington. We can see currently it's basically a picking with a 9 total. Look over at the spreadsheet. We can see what's happening. St. Louis on a 6-game win streak. Fetty pitched amazing yesterday, and they just whooped Washington's ass. It was like 10-0, I think. So they played great. Washington, 3-game losing streak. So St. Louis is cooking. Washington is heading the wrong direction. Only thing to really stand, they're about the same off with the bats. Washington is not good strikeouts. That's the main thing I'm seeing. So let's look over at the actual pitchers. We got Trevor Williams and Palante going out there. Palante walks and Williams strikeouts are the 2 things standing out. Well, Williams strikeouts 3.5. We just saw St. Louis is third at 7.1. Not a chance we're taking St. Louis strikeouts. No. And Palante walks allowed. That would be Washington to get walks, and they're at 3.3. Nope, not happening there because they didn't do it yesterday like they should have did it against Fetty. We're not going to fall for that trap again. No. Palante earned runs, and Palante hits. Is Palante just not that good? I thought Palante was better than this. I'm curious about Palante now. Let's see, 2025 hits allowed. Yeah, last 4 games, 7.769. Mets, Cincy, Atlanta, Mets again. What's your earned runs looking like recently? 4.434. That ain't good. 2.5 though. I don't know if I can trust Washington. They're literally mid. They're 4.5 a game last 10. I don't know if I trust that. So let's go over to the props, like even deeper into the props. Let's look at their matchups and everything first. Williams versus them. Historically, there you go. There's your stats. There's stuff. Nothing stands out. St. Louis versus righties. There you go. Nothing again. Washington versus righties, if you care about that. Palante versus Washington historically. And you can see, again, nothing's truly standing out. Let's go to the bats real quick just to see. Victor Scott, James Wood, CJ Abrams, and that's about it. And then Nolan down here. So there's your bats too. Not personally. Nothing's really jumping out at me either way. So I think I'm just going to pass and move on to the next game. All right, next up is the Braves and the Pirates. And Pittsburgh won yesterday. Atlanta keeps losing the most random ass games. They lost to Colorado once. Anyone loses Colorado should be for shamed. They lost to Pittsburgh yesterday. Today it is 144 Atlanta with an 8.5. Look at the sheet. Look at the sheet. Look how bad the Braves are playing in the last 10 games. Look how bad Pittsburgh's playing, yet they won. This is a battle of the worst going up against each other in the past 10 games. That is terrible. This screams nerfy if we have good pitching. Who's pitching today? Just tell me who's pitching. That's all I need to know. Braves, Pirates. Give me somebody good. Smith, Shawver, and Haney. Potential nerfy. Potential nerfy. Let's look. Haney walks allowed. Atlanta ain't getting no walks right now. Smith, Shawver, strikeouts against Pittsburgh. The only thing Pittsburgh is actually doing good is not striking out. They're 11th, and they get walks. Everything else they suck at. And they both good at triples randomly. So, no, we're not taking that either. So let's look at these 2 earned runs. We might be able to take a nerfy here and see if we can grab it. Earned runs, 2025, 4.0044, 1-1. You're either really good or really bad. I don't know. What is wrong with you? Earned runs. What's your earned runs looking like? 2.3220. Oh, shit. I don't know. Let's look at the histories. Haney versus Bravos. Historically, there's a lot of data here. Olsen, whole bunch. No home runs, though. Not a single home run. Cool. Against lefties, how the Braves do. 278, 308, 296. Bunch of red. They're a little below average. Okay. Pittsburgh versus righties. How you do? Yep. Smart. And nothing against AJ. Cool. All right. These pitchers kind of suck. I don't know if I really want to take nerfy against either one of these. Haney especially. Like, what is he like? AJ has been 2-3. That's cool. You are literally popping off for 4s. 3 out of 7 games. You're averaging 2 on the season. Last 5, you're averaging 2.4. It's like, what? But both teams' bats are so bad right now. It's like under 8.5. That's what I probably should do. Look at the runs. 3.3 and 1.9. They're combining for 5.2. Combining. The pitchers are, even if the pitchers are bad, it's like, ugh. I mean, probably should take the Braves, but man, you lost to Pittsburgh once. I don't trust that. This is one of those series. Pittsburgh's going to win like 2 or 3, and they'll say, yeah, oh, we fired the coach, we fired the manager, and it's working out. Like, okay, sure it is. What was the score yesterday in the game? That's what I'm a little curious of. Let's go head to head. I need a bat so I can see the actual head to head yesterday. Let's look at the bats anyways. We need to be looking at those. Let me load these up. Oh, so many choices. Eli White is always on here for hits. Is this dude just like on a generational hit streak all of a sudden? Kind of, sort of. Last 20, he is 16-20, 180 to get a hit. What is your? Have you faced 8 straight games, 1.5 on the road? You're 0 for 5 against Haney, so we can't even take that. Yesterday it was 3-2 Pittsburgh. They won, so 5 total runs. Exactly what the sheet said. All right, we're going to go under 8.5. We're going to trust the numbers because offenses are bad, so under 8.5. Hopefully, the Braves don't tee off on Haney. If you don't like it, don't take it. So I'm just following the numbers. Under 8.5 next. All right, next up we got the Yankees and the A's, and we can currently see what's happening over here is 150 New York with a 10 total, so they're factoring in that win a little bit, and probably because it's the Yankees, let's be honest. Let's look over at the sheet and see what the numbers are. Well, probably this too. Both offenses are really good. That's just us. Yankees are above average. A's are close to just average, maybe slightly above average. Definitely not looking at nerfing this one. Not a chance. Win 3, lost 3. Let's look over at the who's throwing the ball today. In this game, it is going to be Yankees A's. It is going to be JP Sears versus Carlos Rodon. So what's standing out? Rodon strikeouts, 4 out of 5. A's on strikeouts are 7.8 in the last 10 for 12th place, so probably not. That's probably why it's plus. Maybe you can get 5.5. We might can get that. Outs? No, I'm not trusting outs. No, Hunter Brown's sketchiness yesterday. Something was fishy there. Yeah, no, I don't think there was a reason he should have came out, and they just took him out. So, and then JP outs. No, we're not doing that. We're not playing those games. So, anyways, let's look over at Rodon strikeouts a little bit better. That's the last 10. You can see he had 5 against San Diego. San Diego doesn't strike out much. We know that. Baltimore, Cleveland. Yeah, he's been pretty good on strikeouts this season. He's averaging 7.1 per game he's in. Arizona, he did not hit. San Diego didn't hit. Everything else hits. What is this? Can I get 5.5? Is there a chance I can get 5.5? I would like 5.5. It's 180. It's a little pricey. 6 if you go over the PP play, like a Prize Pick or something like that. One of the daily fantasy sites, you can probably get it there because I have them all. Prize Picks, Underdog, Sleeper, the usual ones. You can get a 6 on there. So I might go with that. But then 5.5 works too because that could be straight up sports book. Profit X. Hey, that's a new one. I gotta check that out too. So many new things get added. I gotta check all these new places and books and everything. Always get the best lines. So I think I'll take the 5.5. I feel real good about that one. He's got the 5 twice. The A's struck out a ton last year. They're doing really good this year. I don't expect it to hold up. There's no way a team gets that much better fundamentally in the offseason. It just doesn't happen usually. So let's look at the history in these things. JP, what you do against the Yankees? Let's see. 3 for 10 with a home run, 3 for 4 with a home run. What was that? 4 for 9 with a home run. Yeah, you can see how they do. And Judge has a home run as well against lefties. This is how the Yankees do. 478 for Judge. Oh, buddy, 346, 349, 581 for Goldie. Oh, damn, that's a lot. Against the A's versus lefties. No, wait. Yeah, the A's versus lefties. You can see how they do. They have a couple 400s, but they don't, not much. And then against Rodon history, nothing really except 1 home run for Angelar, but that's it. I mean, the Yankees versus lefties is disgusting. Yankees 150 is a play I'm taking for sure. So let's go and what? Do I want to take them? I gotta try. I don't want to trust that damn bullpen. I'm gonna keep it real. Let's see if I can just do like I did yesterday with San Diego. Let's go game lines. Let's pop over here to match details. Let's go first 5. I think I like the first 5 money line again. Yankees 148. What's the run line? Yankees minus half is minus 112, which is the same thing as damn money line. So why would I? That means they have to be winning by 1. A push. We removed the push possibility. So I'll take Yankees half. Yeah. We're going to go New York minus 0.5 on the run line on the first 5. That way we can say, hey, the Yankees need to be up by 1 run by the start of the 6th inning, and I win. That's all we got to do. So I do not want to trust the Yankees bullpen at all. I trust Rodon enough to get strikeouts, I think, because I am going to take that play too. We're going to open 2 plays in this one. So Rodon over 5.5 Ks. We're going to take that. So 2 plays in this one, and then we're going to move on to the next game. All right, next up we got Milwaukee and Tampa. And we did see weather is a potential issue here in Tampa today. It better not be messing up my beach plans. Don't do that. 9.5 is our total with a slight lean to Tampa. Really? Really? Have you seen the stats of these teams? Really? Look at this. Look, it looks like a bottle of ketchup. You just want to shake it and put it on some fries. That's how it looks right now. It just doesn't look good at all. That is a lot of damn red for both teams. This is worse than the Braves Pirates. It's about the same. Literally, change the logo. Like, look, it's literally the same. No matter what you do. So, what's the total? 7.5, 8.5, 9.5 under. I'm taking the under again, probably. If we have decent pitchers, I'm taking the under. So let's see who's actually throwing the ball today. So, boop. Let's go Rays. Get rid of that. It is going to be, oh God, it's Taj Bradley. Come on. No, we're not taking the under with a Taj Bradley game. We can't do it. Has he been doing good? Remember, he was bad last year. Second half of the season, he was terrible. What is your earn runs looking like? You've been slightly getting better. The Yankees, only 2 and a 7-5 win. Yeah, I took the under in this one, I think. And it was great till the bullpens came in. The bullpen sucked so bad that game. Oh, man, 3-1. Okay. What was the thing you were good at? Walks allowed. Well, Milwaukee is 6 in walks, but how many walks are you actually giving up? That's the question. Oh, that's a lot of damn walks. And we just need 2? I can work with that because you see there's one thing Milwaukee's actually good at is walking. 3.8 in the last 10 games per game. That's a good average. They suck at everything else, so they might be trying to get on base more just walking. So, and Taj is going to walk people. That's what he do best. That's what he does best. Last 20, that's his walks. There you go. He's averaging 2.05. Last 10, 2.4. Last 5, 2.8. He's getting worse as the calendar moves. So yeah, we're just gonna let's look at the matchups because I know you want to see stuff like that. Never face Milwaukee. There's your against righties for Milwaukee, and here's Tampa versus righties, and then there's Tampa versus Tobias. Yeah, nothing really stands out. So under was cool. Nerfy's cool. I ain't trusting Nerfy with Taj Bradley. Not a chance. But I will trust Walks. Walks beat us up a little yesterday, but guess what? They're there. If I took this play 5 times in a row, I would have hit. No, we're gonna keep going. So we're gonna go Bradley over 1.5. BBS Walks over Walks. We're gonna take that next. All right, moving on to Texas and Detroit, and we can currently see it is basically a pick 'em with a 7.5. All right, spreadsheet. Detroit's offense is cooking still. The bats are doing great. everything but triples. That's fine. They're just still crushing. They're number 2 in hits, 2 in average, 2 in RBIs. I mean, that's the main things you want. You get your top 2 in those categories, you're going to have a 5-game winning streak probably, as long as your pitching doesn't suck. And Detroit pitching usually doesn't suck too bad. So pitching's good. Yeah, Texas is struggling a little bit, as you can see. Let's look at who's pitching today. Today's going to be Flaherty versus DeGrom. And the only thing that really stands out is Flaherty gives up hits. 4 out of 5 games, he's given up at least 5 hits. Interesting. Let's see. Texas hits is 17th at 8.2, so I'm not going to touching that. That's a little curve. 2025, yeah, he's gone up. Now, he gave up 8 hits to the Angels. We know how bad the Angels have been in the past 2 weeks. That's sad. That should be embarrassing. You should write an apology note to all the fans, because that's just not good. And they lost the game, too. That was the last loss I had, probably, too. 6 versus Houston is not bad. San Diego, Milwaukee, those are excusable. But 8 to the Angels, come on. Let's look at the matchup. Flaherty versus Texas. What have we done? Peterson has 2 home runs, 20 at-bats. And that's about all we see. 0 for 10 for Corey. Damn. 0 for 5 for Smith. That is not good. All right, then we look at the righties. This is how Texas is versus righties this season. There you go. Here's Detroit versus righties this season, if you care about that. And DeGrom versus Detroit. 0 for 3, 2 for 8. Not much data there. So I'm still leaning Detroit. The bats are too damn good. And I mean, yeah, I kind of want to look at DeGrom, how he's been doing here recently. Also, Flaherty earned runs in the last games, 4 and 4. DeGrom, how have you been doing on your earned runs? Yeah, you've had a couple bad, but yeah, they're about the same. I don't really see a difference so far. On the bats, let's get rid of Eli White. We're done with you. Go away. Bats, let's come down here and take a peek, shall we? A lot of Detroit players, I'm sure. Yep, a lot of Detroit logos, along with a little Corey Seager mixed in. Dude's over 10. I'm not touching you, sorry. Until you show me you can get a hit on somebody. Dylan's, look, these are good numbers. Who do we want to take? Do we want to take one? I think I'm just going to go Detroit. Detroit has a top 5, if not the top bullpen. All their bats are doing great. You can see the stats are all leaning their favor, and they're at home. And it's literally minus 110. Yeah, I'll risk Detroit money line here. So DTML next. All right, let's move on to Philly and Cleveland. Currently, we got Philly's a slight favorite with 7.5. So money lines are open. Spreadsheet total is 7.5. I don't know if the under's not open for sure. No. Let's look at this numbers. Philly's doing better statistically. Cleveland is average. That's just mid right here. This is above average. Actually really good. 7-3. That's why 8-2. So their pitching's been amazing because their bats have been kind of average. So you can see the difference how that works. So let's go over to the props. Who's pitching today? In this one, we got those are bats. That doesn't help me out. I want that pitches. Let's see, Phillies and Guardians, and we got Rangers Suarez versus BB. Okay. Suarez walks his hit 5 out of 5 and 7 out of 10, and then BB walks his hit 4 out of 5. Either one of these teams good at walks. Cleveland is really good at walks at 3.8 at 6. Phillies at 2.9. So potentially they're both what, 1.5? They're 1.5. If anything, I'd rather look at Ranger Suarez's walks. We'll take the one that has more potential based on the history. So Suarez, how you been doing walks? You've been kind of wild. You've been getting at least 2 in 7 straight games. That means this season you've only had 1 game so far against Arizona, and you gave up 2 walks in 11-9 game. Damn. Ooh, buddy. Let's look at how many earned runs you give up in this game. 7 in your first game. That's not a good start to the season. That ain't good. Let's go histories. There's Tanner versus Philly. There's your stats right there. A lot of zeros with a couple. Philly versus righties. There's your stats there. Cleveland versus lefties. A lot of red. That's a lot of red. Outside of Manzardo or Ramirez, it's just not good. So yeah, Cleveland doesn't do well against lefties, but Suarez has only 1 game and it was terrible. So I'm not liking anything in this game. I think I'm just going to play a smart pass and move on to the next one. All right, moving on. Cincinnati and Houston. Took Houston money line yesterday. This one, it worked out nicely. Probably looking at the numbers already. Probably going to do it again if we got the right pitchers. So let's see what we got. Where's the line? Where are they at? Who hit Houston? There it is. Houston 132 at a 7.5. Let's look at the sheet, and we can see Cincy's offense is just back down in the basement where they are either here or they're here. There's no in between for Cincy. They just can't do it. So they're 3-7. You can see why. The bats are terrible. The pitching's not that good. Houston's 5-5. Their bats are amazing. Their pitching's been not good. So you can see how that works. Let's look at the pitcher props. Today, Brady Singer's going out there for Cincy, and Lance Mick, who is you? Who is you? Mick Colors Jr. You've had one game against Chicago. He had 3 hits, 0 earned run in 3.2 innings. I mean, that's a pretty good. It was Chicago, it was the White Sox. Come on, pump the brakes. But it's still not bad for the first game of the season. So, Singer walks. Houston is 17th in walks, so we're not going to play that. Strikeouts, no. Cincy is 30th in strikeouts. Woo! Look at all the teams below 10 strikeouts per game too. Pretty nice. Good deal. Everybody got better at strikeouts in the past few days. Nice. So do we take? I don't. How many strikeouts does this guy have? This is very limited data. He only had 4 strikeouts. His line's 5.5 today. Is he some kind of strikeout dude? That's what I need to know. Lance McCullers. I need to know more about you. If I take a strikeout prop against him, it's literally a blind shot in the dark, and I can't do that. Houston's 132 in the money line. Why don't I just take that? Let's look at this up. Yeah, he's pitched before. This is his first game of the season, and your first game was against Chicago, so you're not like a major league debut last game. So there's your stats against Cincy historically. Here's your game against Cincy versus righties. There's all the stats. Wins 458. Needs to play more. He doesn't. Righties for Houston. There you go. There's your stats. Ending against Brady Singer. A lot of red. Some red, but there is some green in there. So when we got some home runs, we have some success. So that's all we want to see. So if you want to be real risky, yeah, take Lance McCullers to get 6 strikeouts against the 30th ranked strikeout team in Cincinnati. That could be a play you could take if you really want to have fun. But for me, I'm just going to keep it real smart, real short and sweet. Look, they're at home. They have a lean there. They have the bats. They have a lean there. They have a 2-game winning streak. They won yesterday. They lean there. McCullers, we don't know anything about him. We know Singer can be up and down at times, and we know Cincy can't hit the damn ball. So I'm going to take Houston on the money line at 132 next. All right, we got Boston and Kansas City up next. It's a pick 'em basically. Slightly in the KC maybe. 7 is our total. Okay, I see why. It's because of the pitchers. Let me look at the spreadsheet because it ain't the bats. The bats are doing good. The numbers for the bats are good. 9-1, win 7 streak for KC. They are cooking. They are the Kansas City chefs right now. Neither team is walking a bunch, but they number 1 in strikeouts. He got Crochet versus strikeouts number 1. That's a fun prop. So we got Reagan's versus Crochet today. That's what we got. Crochet walks over 1.5 in 4 out of 5. Reagan strikeouts over 7.5 in 4 out of 5. This is what they're thinking. They're thinking it's going to be a low-scoring strikeout battle. I'm not taking Crochet against KC. Are you crazy? They're only getting 5.7 in the last 10 games on average, 6.9 on the season. You think they're going to give up? What's Crochet? 6.5? Yeah, not a chance. You could take it. Some of you will take it, and hey, it could hit absolutely, but you're going to sweat. This ain't going to be an easy strikeout prop. It doesn't work that way. KC's really disciplined. So if you want to do it, I would advise you not to. But hey, that's your money. Do what you want with it. So let's see. Let's look at these two a little closer. I'm a little intrigued now. So walks, earned runs, because I'm intrigued more of a sense of like the over under. Like the bats are really good, but how good are like 5-4-0 against the White Sox, bunch of ones. Your season so far has been you're averaging 2.1 earned runs. Crochet, what did you want earned runs looking like? The same? No, 2025. 1.3 earned runs for Crochet. Strikeouts, let's take a look at him because I know some of you care. He's averaging 7 on the season. He's gone 6 in the last 2 games against Toronto and Minnesota. Yeah, Seattle strikes out a bunch. White Sox tend to strike out a bunch. We know this. But Toronto does not. We know that. And look what happened. He didn't hit Toronto either game this season. So, yeah, I would leave him alone on strikeouts today. You on strikeouts, on the other hand, let's look. Boston. Have you faced Boston? You have not. 8.1 is your average. 10, 11, 10, 11, 8. 4 against Colorado, but apparently he had cramps. Somebody pointed out in the comments. Appreciate you. So we can't really hold that against him because then he popped back and did this. So it's 7.5 is Boston. Boston is one of the most strikeout heavy teams in the league in the last season. So they're 17th to right now at 8.1. They're 9.6 on the road. So we could take Cole here. We could take him because otherwise I would just pass on this one. So I think let's hope he doesn't have cramps again. So RAGANS over 7.5. Can I get 6.5? Or is that too juicy? No, 175. I'll take that. I'll pay the extra juice to have a better chance of hitting. Every time I'll pay that. Lower profit, higher chance of hit. sign me up. I'm down. I'm going 6.5 Ks here. If you want to take seven, seven's still fine. I would still take seven if I had to, but since I can get six at a decent number, I'll take it. We'll take the strikeouts next. All right, we have Miami and the White Sox. I passed this game yesterday because it was absolute garbage. Probably the same again, but hey, you never know. This is one of those series that you kind of forget about. Like, all right, go away. Like, oh, the real teams are playing. Thank you. So, where is it? I can't even find on the list. Where is it? Miami, 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 Miami. There it is. It's literally a pick 'em with an 8 total because these two teams are at a garbaggio. They're just not good. So, see, 14-23, 11-28 winning streak for Chicago. Hold up. Then you see that just nothing good here. Let's look at the pitchers, see who is actually pitching. Edward Cabrera, Shane Smith, nothing in the prop territory. I will show you their stuff just so you can see it because I got you. Don't worry. Shane Smith, never faced him. Hope you were ready for that. Miami versus righties. There's the stats so far this season. Here's Chicago. There are the righty stats for them, and then Edward Cabrera versus them. Not much data. So, and I'll show you the bats too, just because I'm feeling nice. Why not? White Sox, Marlins. There's your bats. Not much to choose from. You excited about it? I hope you are, because I'm not. I'm passing this garbage. Next. All right, next up we got the Cubs and the Mets, and currently. Am I blind? Where are the Mets? There they are. 145 for the Mets, 8.5 is our total. Let's look at the spreadsheet. We can see Mets offense cooking, Cubs average. So you want to be at least average. So hopefully your pitching can be great and keep you good. That's why they're 5-5. Everything's average for them. Mets are 5-5 with amazing batting, which means their pitching is ass. That's all it means. It's pretty simple. So 2-game winning streak. Let's look at who's pitching today. For the Mets, we have McGill. For the Cubs, we have Brad Keller. Who exactly? So let's go into the deeper. Let's see. Do we have anything matchup wise to tell us anything? There's McGill versus Cubs historically. Nothing's truly standing out here. There's a home run here for Suzuki, but nothing else really. Not enough data except for Swanson. That's just not enough. Against righties this season, that's how the Cubs have done. There are your numbers. Mets versus righties. There you go. Yep. And Brad Keller. Hey, we do have some stats. Nice. Soto has 2 home runs and 6 bats against Keller. So Soto, home run maybe? 2.4. Soto HRR maybe? Mets? I don't know. How good is Keller versus Mets? That might not be good for Chicago, I'm saying. Because McGill's going out there. McGill's pretty decent. We know McGill's decent. So I think I might just go Mets money line. It's 145. I could rock with that for sure. McGill has been pretty good on strikeouts the 2025 season. Look at that. 6, 9, 10. He's averaging 6.4. Chicago's 9th in strikeouts, so I wouldn't take a strikeout prop. But just saying, I don't have any props for the other guy. So it might be, hell, I don't even know. Is Keller even a starter? He might be a reliever. I have no clue. We're just going to take Mets on the money line next. Next up, we got San Fran and Minnesota. And currently we got a pick 'em slightly Minnesota with a 7 total. Look who's on a 6-game winning streak. That's right, the Minnesota Twins. 1 game away from back to 500. That is crazy. That's how baseball works. Get you a nice run in. So you ride the team with a streak usually, and it's been working out. So now bats are not good. It's their pitching that's holding them in. That's how good they're doing with their pitching. So yeah, this is kind of ugly. This is looking like a hot dog. Too much mustard and ketchup. So we'll see who's pitching. Let's pop over here. Logan Webb strikeouts against Minnesota, who is 14th with 8 strikeouts per game. They're 8 on the season. They're 8.2 at home. So yeah, we'll look at Webb strikeouts a little bit. Joe Ryan's going out there. Ooh, let's see how Joe Ryan's doing. Let's get rid of we're done with you, McGill. Webb strikeout 6, 6, 6, 12. Damn. Let's go 2025. You're averaging 7 thanks to that 12 doing some heavy lifting. Well, you got in the 5 every game this season except for 2, and you got in the 6 every other game, but 2 you popped off. Cincinnati, bad at strikeouts. LA, bad at strikeouts, so it makes sense. Colorado, only 6 is concerning because there should be more than 6. It's Colorado, come on. San Diego, that's actually impressive you got the 6. So, matchup, let's look. Joe Ryan versus San Fran, what do we have? What do we have here? Nothing's truly standing out. Righties, you can see how San Fran against righty is. Minnesota versus righties, there's those numbers. Webb versus history, there you go. Nothing's really standing out there. Interesting. Minnesota's only getting 8 strikeout, which is less than 1 per inning. I'm not loving that. Let's look. And I'm not just going to jump on Minnesota money line just because Joe Ryan's not a bad pitcher, I don't think. Yeah, no, he's a good pitcher. Look at the stat. Like Joe Ryan's good. Logan, what's your earned runs? They're the same. Like literally, look, they're copying each other. So we have about the same bats. We have about the same pitcher. Let's look at the bats overall and see. Twins. There we go. Yeah, we got a lot of twins, but we do have some Sanford in there. I think the smart thing's to pass. This is too close to a matchup. If you made me bet, you said, "Hey, you have to pick." I'm taking Minnesota. They're at home and they have a streak, and yeah, it's just going well for them. So you always take the streaky team if you have to choose. The thing is, I don't have to choose. I could pass, and that's what I'm gonna do next. All right, moving on to the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks. Currently, it is almost a pick 'em slightly into the Dodgers with that 9.5 total spreadsheet. We can see, look at the winning streak for the Dodgers. You would think when they have all these damn ones, they should do good. It's their pitching letting them down these games. They're 7-3 though. So I know some people, they lose one game, they want to ban the Dodgers. It's like they're 7-3. They're going to lose some games. Remember, in baseball, the best team in history still lost 50 something games in the season. Remember that. So I can't remember who it was, but I know the 2001 Mariners won like 115 games, and they lost 57 games or 40, whatever out math. I can't do math. Whatever, you get the point. So the good teams are going to lose occasionally. So, and Dodgers are, yeah, they're 26-13. Yeah, Arizona's pretty good too. What's the over under in this one? 9.5, maybe. Let's look at the pitchers. Who we got? Right there. Boom, got him. Corbin Burns and Dustin May. Burns outs is doing pretty good, but there's a reason why I ain't trusting that. No, we're taking the day off from outs. I'm still burned by Hunter Brown. Hunter Brown burned me too bad. We got Dustin May outs. I don't care. No. Corbin Burns might give us 17 runs. We don't know. So strikeouts is a hell no. That's hell. You can even go under strikeouts with him. That's terrible. But Dodgers are second worst strikeout team in baseball currently at 9.7. That ain't good. So let's grab somebody and look under the hood. Let's see what we got. Matchup. Burns. Dodgers. History. Ohtani as a home run. That's what I see. I don't see much else. Nothing really stands out. Righties, you can see how the Dodgers are doing this season. Arizona, you can see how they do against righties as well this season. And then against Dustin May, you can see how Arizona has done a lot of red. A lot of red. Makes me not want to take an over, but it makes me also, what would I take? Interesting. Head-to-head, hits, strikeouts. What would I take? What's your earned runs looking like here recently? 25 earned runs. You've been pretty good last 2 games too. Like Washington got you for 4, but that's the worst you've done. That's actually impressive. What about Dustin over here? How have you done earned runs wise? Because if anything, 2025 earned runs, 4-3. Arizona could tee off on you a little bit. Is that what I'm seeing? That's you look good here, but that was Atlanta when they were absolute garbage, when they were like 0-8 to start the season. Washington wasn't good. Colorado's Colorado. Chicago teed off on you in that wild Wrigley 10-11 game, where the wind was blowing like 30 miles an hour out, and the over was like so easy. So I remember that was such a beautiful day. 6-7-6, 3-4. Man. Oh man, I'm leaning Arizona all of a sudden just because of the pitching, but then I look at the numbers and I should lean Dodgers because of the bats. So I'll lean one way, the other way, which means I have no way. I'm passing. Next. All right, next up we have the sacrificial lamb. That is the Rockies versus the Padres. The Fathers are going to take them out back and put belt to ass probably again like they did yesterday. 215s are totals. 215s are our line. 11.5. Damn. The wind's not even blowing. Wait, what's following me to the wind? Let's go. What? It's blowing to out till 9. That's okay. I can see it. Okay. If you insist, sure thing. Let's look at the numbers. Lost 7, 6-32. You can see how they do. Oh man, not good. They're gonna make the San Diego look amazing come the end of the series. So who's pitching? Let's see. Bradley Blaylock over 3.5 earned runs is hitting 4 out of 5 games. Bradley ain't that good apparently. And you're going to get Steven Kolek, who has no stats really. So that's going to be a fun one. All right. So are we expecting over because of the pitching mainly and the wind? I could see that. Let's look at both of these dudes. Kolek, do you have anything at all for us? What have you done this season? You have had 1 game against Pittsburgh. You pitched 5.1 innings, you have no earned runs. Impressive. How many hits did you give up? 4. Okay. Now let's look at Bradley. This is his earned runs. Oh man, 2025 he has 6 and 3. Yeah, that's not bad. but the bullpen's got coming eventually, right? Exactly. So let's look at the matchups history. Blaylock versus San Diego. Red, red, red. Nothing stands out. Versus righties, San Diego does pretty well. 362, 552, 252, 52, 299. Yeah, you see it. Colorado versus righties, not good. I even got to tell you. Against Kolek, not much status either. So 11 and a half is ridiculous. I'm not taking it over 11 and a half when I can just grab. Can I? Do I just go San Diego 1.5? I mean, like we have the San Diego pitcher who would pitch 5 innings against Pittsburgh and shut them down. And we have Blaylock here who's just tossing out cookies like he's a Girl Scout. I just no, I can't do this. So we're just gonna take San Diego somehow. Let's go to the spreadsheet. What do I want to take? San Diego money line is 215. How about San Diego just run line? 1.5. Do we feel good about that? Okay. How are you feeling? I feel good. Tell me how you feel. So I think I'll take San Diego on the minus 1.5 run line today. I feel good about that. Yeah, we'll take that next. All right, moving on. Baltimore and the Angels. I took the nerfing in this, and Baltimore had to ruin it yesterday. You bastards. Happens. Today we have Baltimore 144 with a 9.5 total. Look at the sheet, and guess what? The Angels still bad. Still bad overall. 3-7. They're 4-6. They're getting a little better with their numbers, which is making me not want to take the nerfing anymore. If anything, like they're still bad at runs. Their average is 241. It's getting better. The stats down here are just terrible. So let's look over at the actual who's pitching today. Kyle Gibson and JK. Gibson is not good. He is terrible. Like he has not been good. Hits, but you're going up against the Angels, who are one of the worst offensive or hitting, batting, whatever you want to call it, teams in the league in the last month, really. So let's see how he hits. Oh, 2025. Your hits 11 versus the Yankees and 5. What's your earned runs in the 2 games you had? 9 and 3. Casey had no offense here and he still gave up 3. So I'm concerned the Angels might actually get 3 runs off him. But I can't take this. Not for real, for real. No. JK has no data versus Baltimore. Baltimore versus righties. That's a lot of damn green. That's a lot of green. Holy shit. Okay. Baltimore loves them some righties. They don't like lefties. They don't like lefties at all. Angels versus righties. They have a lot of green too, but their numbers are really low. These are low numbers. Baltimore's aren't that low. And gives Kyle Gibson. Okay, that's a lot of green versus a person. That's not good. And Soler has 2 home runs, even though it's 0.87. That is literally what, 2 for 23, and the 2 times he hit it. Ball go far. Ball go real far. Oh man, oh man. This is making me want to take an over all of a sudden. This is a weird one. It's 9.5 too. Man, there's so much weirdness in this one. This is weird. Gibson is not okay. Let's break this down. Gibson not good against anybody. Gibson historically not good against the Angels. Baltimore and Angels, not good with their bats. Baltimore getting better. We got to leave it alone. There's just too much weird, wild, wacky shit happening in this one. We're going to pass on this one and move on to the last one. All right, we got Toronto, Seattle to end it off for us. And we can see currently it is Seattle 124 with a 8 total. Look at the spreadsheet. Look at our numbers. Both teams offensively doing well. Seattle in the great range. Toronto above average to good. So not much res. Yeah, triples are the least most important stat here, which is fine. They don't have a triple in the last 10 games, which apparently 7 other teams plus these who don't either. So it happens. 7-3, 5-5, which means their bats are good. Their pitching is also pretty good. So let's go to props. Who is throwing the ball? Bowden Francis versus Logan Evans. Logan has like literally nothing this season, but we do have a 2025 a little. Oh, what? I don't know. Let's look at both of them. Just kind of curious. Bowden Francis hits allowed 4.5. You're going against Seattle, who is 5th in hits. That might be the player right there. What have you done this season? You on earned runs 6 and 2. Ooh, Logan Evans ain't that good. He ain't that good. What's your hits? 2 and 11. Oh damn, you ain't that good for real. For real. All right. Bowden Francis, what's your hits? It's 125. You are averaging 5.4 hits. You gave up 8, 8, and 6 in your last 3. Boston, Houston, Seattle. You gave up 5. There's 1 Seattle game. All right, so you're gonna play him again. Yeah, this was at home. You gave up 5. Now you're at Seattle. Yeah, Seattle's sitting at 4.5. That's the play right there. Already done. I don't even need to look at anything else. Let me go and type that in before it moves. SCA minus or over 4. What am I typing? I want Francis over 4.5 hits allowed. I need more coffee. Matchup. Let's take a look. Evans, no data. Toronto versus righties. There's your numbers. Seattle versus righties. There's your numbers. Bowden Francis versus Seattle. There's your numbers. Pretty good. 1 for 1. Tellez has a home run, but no one else does, which I'm cool with that. So Francis, 4.5 hits. I think he can give up 5 hits. I can see that. He pitches a lot of innings too, doesn't he? Well, he used to. Man, what the hell? Hmm. So he is getting rocked a little bit, which is what we want to see. So we'll take Francis over hits allowed and end it right there. I don't want to take anything else. Schedule. A schedule. There we go. Tomorrow is Sunday. We have all the day games, and then we have our Sunday night baseball game. So I'll be back. Hell, maybe tonight I might make this. I don't know. We'll see how I do. Either tonight or in the morning, you will see baseball. I appreciate being here. Drop a like, subscribe. Go check out the HQ if you want the plays typed out in a nice list, or if you want access to the spreadsheet so you can do your own research. Other than that, I appreciate being here, and we'll see you tomorrow Sunday, Mama's Day, for some more MLB.